Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
We are champions of character.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
Culinary arts. Auditor. A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge. Open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Hello and welcome to Waleska, Georgia, and the campus of Reinhardt University. Second game of a doubleheader this afternoon in Waleska, Georgia, inside of Brown Athletic Center, and the tension in the air between these two programs. Johnson University's Royals, the trip down I-75 to battle the Eagles of Reinhardt University. The Royals 9-5 this season. The Eagles 6-9. Both teams, even though Johnson obviously doing much better so far in the standings in the Appalachian Athletic Conference and barreling towards the tournament, Reinhardt needs the win much more. Both of them really need a win today to keep on track and stay high.
That has struggled a little bit throughout this season, starting to kind of come on as of late, won their last game, go against a Johnson Royal team that has been rock solid throughout the year. Should be a fun matchup here in Waleska today.
We'll start by taking a look at the Royals so far this season. 9-5 overall, 3 wins on the road, 2 losses, and they're averaging 79 points per game. But the stat I think will be a hinge point is their 46% shooting from the floor. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, Reinhardt University shooting 44% from the floor. They are averaging a few more points per game, though, at nearly 81. 6-9 overall. 5 wins on their home court, though, so that's a big difference when you're playing at home. You know, they usually win at home, they usually lose on the road.
It's just a comfort factor, just feeling comfortable, being able to wake up in your own bed, sleep when you want to, and then come to the gym somewhere that you call home and then be able to play the style of basketball that you want to as well.
Player to watch today for the Royals of Johnson University is Woods, 20.5 points per game. 73% at the line, nearly 30% from 3. On the other side for Reinhardt University, we're keeping an eye on Nate Jones. Jones, 17.9 points per game, 40% from beyond the arc, 83% at the line. And both of those numbers really could play a factor as this one wears on. Look at our men's basketball scoreboard. This is from Wednesday from the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Bluefield a win over Tennessee Wesleyan. Bryan bested Kentucky Christian. Johnson bested Milligan before this. Pikeville over Union. Reinhardt a win against Truett McConnell. And Montreat over St. Andrews. And that was all on Wednesday of this week in the Appalachian Athletic Conference scoreboard. Starting lineups making their way onto the floor now. Lorenzo, something going on campus here. Did you get over to the Welcome Week Fair?
I cannot say that I did, but I did hear that it was a lot of fun. A lot of people were talking about it. One of the marquee events that we have on campus on the first week back.
Love to see it. That's what's going on campus and around the conference in men's basketball. This matchup about to get underway between Johnson University, the Royals, and the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Your final thoughts and keynotes for fans at home on what to watch today.
In terms of the Johnson Royals, a team that is really good scoring the basketball, but also very good defensively as well. Third in the conference in opponent points per game, first in opponent field goal percentage. So for a Reinhardt team that is looking to right the ship on their season, they're going to need to find a way to get some easy looks against a stingy Johnson Royal defense.
Fantastic. Johnson is stingy indeed. They've been great defensively all season long. A couple of final thoughts from me. I really think the home court advantage is a big deal for this Reinhardt team, more so than what you typically hear the cliche in college basketball. I think the home court advantage is everything for this Reinhardt team. Nate Jones has been excellent. He shoots a three-point percentage of 39.3. They'll look to him, they'll lean on him to score, especially in clutch situations. And the team has been good, but they're going to need to do well at the line today. That's another place that Jones does well, so you'll see them use him. I think they'll lean on Darian Reed a little bit, and we'll see if they can work Russo into the game plan as well. Meanwhile, for the Royals at 9-5, Taurus Woods is the guy, a high field goal percentage of nearly 49%. As a team, 46% from the floor, 46.3 to be exact. They're going to try to clean things up on the glass. 38.9 rebounds per game. If they can do that well today and get 40 rebounds, they're going to get a few extra possessions out of that, a couple of turnovers on the road.
Another note about rebounding, Johnson, third in the conference in rebounding. Reinhardt, 12th in the conference. Something to watch for in this one.
And we're underway between the Eagles of Reinhardt University and the Royals of Johnson. First half of college basketball from Waleska, Georgia. Reinhardt wins the opening faceoff. They've got the ball. Jones steps inside and knocks one down, a long two.
Right there, you see the danger of having such a skilled shooter as Nate Jones on your team. Guys are going to try to run him off the three-point line, but he is comfortable putting the ball on the floor and making plays for himself inside the arc.
Here's a three in response. It's short. Reinhardt up the floor. Lewis to the corner. James, he's had a few nasty dunks this year. Moving it all around. Backdoor. Adams gets hooked up in the foul.
James is one of the more athletic players in this conference. We've seen it time and time again. As you said, a couple of highlight-worthy dunks so far this year. He's what we call an energy shifter. Every time he makes a play, the energy just shifts in the building.
His first off the mark. James, a redshirt freshman. He's from Augusta, Georgia, home of the Masters. 8 points per game this year, 3.5 rebounds per game. He's got 50, 10 steals, 17 assists, and hits his second. He's 76% at the charity stripe this season. Royals, 1 minute gone. Here's one from the elbow. Nate Jones, 50 rebounds this year. That's his 50th exactly.
Get a good one.
The handoff, James to the corner. Reinhardt.
Yep, good.
Back to James. turning around on the elbow. Doesn't like the pressure. Got it away from Ford, and now a step taken by the Eagles. They lead 3-0 after 90 seconds in Waleska.
A little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake there from Fred Adams, a guy who's usually very careful with the basketball. A bit of an unforced error there.
Royals close side. Oates went back, stolen away. Fred Adams on the fast break, off the glass, it moves and drops.
Immediately making up for that traveling violation there, turning defense into offense, getting a nice steal and a nice finish inside.
Reinhardt on a 5-0 run. From the wing, this one rattles out on Johnson. It's loose. Kept alive by Ford. Back down inside, and this over the baseline.
Another thing to watch for when we talk about team rebounding, the Royals a bit of a size advantage. A few key positions in this one, so they're going to get themselves a few second and third chance opportunities.
Big high bounce on the three, boarded by Jones. A good look. Malik Oates created that second chance of the rebound. James up the floor with great pace. Coming for the response, Juwan Moore. Moore flips it across from the back door, and it's off the mark. And this will stay with Johnson.
Oates, the 6'10" big man from Johnson. One of the top rebounders in the conference, right around 7 rebounds a game.
Oates is from Alabama, played at Columbia High School. 6'10" is huge in the Appalachian Athletic Conference.
Absolutely.
Oh, a bomb from the wing for Taurus Woods, the junior from Bolivar, Tennessee. And if you were with us for the pregame, our player to watch out of Jackson Central Mary High School. Reinhardt responds with a three.
Brayden James there in the corner, known as an athlete, but also able to step back behind the line and hit threes. That was a nice answer there for the Eagles.
Oates to the close wing, and a second three in a row. Just like that, it's a 2-point game.
Dallas Carbaugh, he is the 4 in this lineup for the Johnson Royals, but he's a very versatile forward, able to step back behind the line and shoot the three, shooting nearly 43% this year on almost 5 attempts.
He's at Farragut High School up in Knoxville, Tennessee. True freshman, 6'7". So far, he's been really efficient. 12 points per game as a true freshman is wild. Big high bounce. Oates gets it. Juwan Moore, the senior, distributes that close side. Moore back to work. Carbaugh's in some trouble. Tipped straight up, and Oates sends it back to
way towards determining who wins this game.
Entry pass to Oates. Wow, somehow able to hook it in. Shot off the top of the backboard. Regathered close side in the shot clock.
That right there was a nice job by Reinhardt defensively. Once the switch was made, Russo was out on the perimeter. Fred Adams was stuck in the post against the larger Malik Oates. He's given up about a foot of height there. But then a nice job by the Eagles to trap Oates, force him into taking a tough shot, and eventually forcing the shot clock violation.
We played 4 minutes and 15 seconds of the first half of college basketball from Waleska, Georgia. Jones drives, swatted away. Big block by Taurus Woods. Outlet pass, Royals all alone. Carbaugh for the dunk. What a beautiful finish.
We're seeing a little bit of that versatility. A tremendous athlete as well as shooter. Nice job there by Carbaugh for the finish.
Russo pulls up, nothing doing. We're tied for the first time tonight. It's 8-8. Johnson inside to Carbaugh. From the key, ball's loose. And it skeeters over the baseline.
Good hustle there from both teams. Multiple guys on each side on the floor trying to recover that loose ball. This seems like a pretty big game, don't you think?
You can see head coach of the Royals, Tony Jones, on the right side of your screen. Here's Justin Newton, head coach of Reinhardt University's Eagles. Juwan Moore, heavily defended by Tucker Lowe from Jasper, Georgia. Entry pass, turnaround Jay as well, short. Carbaugh tries again. I like the look to Josh Alexander. He needed another second or two to get off a quality shot there, but that's a great body and a great spot on the floor when time is winding. Just get him the ball. He's 6'6", let him work with it.
It's going to be tough sledding for him scoring against the long wingspan of Jared Russo. He's really good defensively in the post. That's a matchup to watch.
Tucker Lowe drains one, a nice look. Reinhardt in the lead by 2. No lead changes, 1 tie tonight. Prater, backside, off the mark, Russo gets the board. Russo might be finally outgunned as far as size goes. Reed pulls up.
He won't be outgunned when it comes to heart and determination. That's something that he has a lot of, as we've seen throughout his short time so far as a Reinhardt University player.
A ton of size on this Johnson Royals squad. Tucker Lowe hands it off to Reed. Darian Reed fights his way inside. Ball's loose. Royals have it. Long outlet pass to Prater. Prater back door wide open off the glass. Beautiful look out of Jackson Central Mary. Again, it's Woods.
If I'm Coach Newton, that's definitely something that I do not like to see. Turnovers leading to easy offense for the Johnson Royals.
2 ties, 1 lead change. The Royals out in front by just 2 in Waleska, Georgia. Nakai Fisher waiting to check in for Reinhardt University. 2 changes coming as well for the Royals. Entry pass, Lewis from the low block, it's wide. A lot of pressure there. Josh Alexander bringing the heat. Prater to the offensive end of the floor, and this goes with ease. 14-10. Johnson extends their lead in a 30-second timeout on the floor, but we'll keep it here. A 4-point game. Reinhardt jumped out a 5-0 run. Then it kind of became an 8-3 run as Johnson got a 3-ball back. Then another 3-ball for the Royals, and all of a sudden they've exploded. From that point where they got that first 3, they've outscored Reinhardt by a margin of 6-2.
And the main thing that we've seen from the Johnson Warriors, especially after those first 2 minutes, it seemed like things were kind of going Reinhardt's way. Over the past few minutes in this one, Johnson's defense starting to lock in. They're starting to show some of the shades of what they've been throughout this year. A very difficult team to score on. Reinhardt not being able to find easy looks. And when you turn the ball over, that leads to easy opportunities. And that's very difficult to come back from, especially against a team like Johnson. It's going to make it hard to score on them on a possession-by-possession basis.
Reinhardt puts this back on the floor. They're trailing in an 11-2 run by the Royals. Darian Reed, he hit a few beautiful threes last time Reinhardt played at home on Wednesday. Tucker Lowe went to Fisher from the corner. This is James. James trying to float this to the close corner, looking for Lowe, and Isaiah Poore cuts that off. Good play by Poore. Not much he had to do there. The Centennial High School product, the junior out of Nashville. Right place, right time.
Seeing some of the effects of that Johnson size, the Eagles are not able to get to the paint at will, which is something they did very well in the previous game.
Wow, how about the sidestep, first of all, and the beautiful bucket by Darian Reed. That's the exact type of 3 I'm talking about.
Absolutely, but if I'm the coach of the Johnson Royals, that is a shot I will live with. Late in the shot clock, step back, fade away. That's a bailout type of shot, and if they're hitting shots like that, it's going to be a difficult game, but those are tough shots to live on if you're the Eagles.
Johnson fighting inside, and the foul. Alexander, junior from Albany, Georgia, out of Blackman High School, trying to fight his way inside. He'll go to the line. He's 71% at the stripe this season. A 1-point game with 8 minutes gone in the first half. Nate Lewis checking in for Jared Russo. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network, a 15-13 game for the moment.
These are key minutes to watch for the Eagles. Russo going to the bench. He has been a pivotal part of their team down low, especially with a lot of injuries kind of taking away some of their size in the front court. Now, without a true big man on the floor, it will be interesting to see what happens here, especially against the large front line of the Johnson Royals.
Reed to Lowe. Lowe passed this to James. James is in trouble, fighting for the basketball. The orange is loose on the floor, and a jump ball signaled for as Juwan Moore gets a hold of it. Great hustle play by Moore, the senior from Knoxville, Tennessee, out of West High School. Scrambling for the ball on the hardwood, gets a hand on it, and keeps Reinhardt from keeping the play going.
On about 4 or 5 possessions in a row, just struggling to find any breathing room offensively. Johnson doing a great job on the perimeter and their size keeping the Eagles away from the paint.
Oh, a nice 3-ball, and it's a 16-5 run now for the Johnson Royals.
Go against a team that's good defensively, 6 points can seem like a lot more.
Reinhardt, James coming to the close side, a handoff to Nakai. Fisher to Reed, the product of Colorado Springs. Ball is loose and can't keep it over the sideline. This one into the bench of the Royals.
As we've seen so often this season out of the Johnson Royals, they're doing a really good job of controlling the game on the defensive side of the ball.
Another junior from Knoxville out of Independence High School, Des Billingsley, took the inbounding pass. Alexander back to Billingsley. Billingsley flipped this close side on the wing. Poor is in trouble. Walks it up to the straightaway. Ball is pickpocketed. Here come the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Taden Owens, the true freshman, it's loose. Regathered by Lewis, and he puts it home off the glass. Now a 4-point game, 19-15, Johnson lead. The sidestep, Billingsley an entry pass. Oates fights this onto the iron and it won't go. Lewis waits, staying patient, and took a step there.
That's an advantage that Nate Lewis is going to have playing nominally the 5 in this lineup. He's not a true center, and it's going to be difficult for him to stop Malik Oates by himself on one end, but on the other end, Oates has to guard him, and he's very comfortable as a ball handler, being able to get to his spots, and you see there, Oates struck in front of him.
There it is! Oh! Hey, come on.
Reinhardt, Lewis, off the inbound, and that shot is off the mark. Up the floor to Woods. Woods to the corner, the true freshman, wow, battles to the glass and can't finish. Ball's loose and Reinhardt comes out of the traffic with it. Eagles Owens, the true freshman, passes to the corner, and this is swatted at by Billingsley.
Let's go!
They'll turn it back over to the Royals of Johnson. Billingsley came close, signed to McGinnis. Back and forth they go. McGinnis passing to the corner, has it taken by James. Owens, James, Russo running the floor. He'll try for the hook shot. I like the look of the floater on the run. Johnson pulled up from long range, and Taurus Woods left me without words. I thought he was going to hit that.
He's more than capable of hitting that shot, unfortunately not getting it to go. And then a nice job by the Eagles to force a turnover off the charge violation. Interesting to see Johnson kind of matching up with the Eagles, taking Malik Oates out. Now they're going with more of a smaller look here.
James into the low post, to the corner for Jones, and his shot is short. A good look on the 3. Billingsley off the board, trying to go up the floor, and this will go over the sideline and out of play. More than halfway through our first half of play on the Southeast Sports Network. It's college basketball from Waleska, Georgia. Reinhardt University's Eagles playing host to the Royals of Johnson University. Reinhardt 6-9 this season, 5-7 in conference play, but 5 of those wins coming at home. Lewis wants to pull up from the wing. Instead, he'll drive, trying to finish it from the elbow. A great look.
Tough shot there from Nate Lewis over the outstretched arms of Carbaugh. But again, Reinhardt having to work so hard to get shots to fall.
Our thinnest margin in the last 5 minutes. It's a 2-point game. Carbaugh pulls up. This is loose. Royals keep it. Moore. Entry pass, the spin move, trying to knock down the floater. It'll go. A good look for Woods.
Beautiful make by Taurus Woods, and it seems like there's a little bit of commotion at the court.
Yeah, we've got some pushing and shoving here in Waleska, Georgia, and everybody is all fired up about this one.
Things getting a little chippy here.
Newton wants Woods out of the game.
Coach Newton is definitely not happy with what he saw.
I'm surprised at that level of physicality in college basketball.
Every one of the ones that come off that bench are suspended for the game. Every single one.
Tension's getting a little high here.
Each one that came off the bench is suspended. Who are you?
Both
and
sides.
Getting a little bit from the crowd as well now.
Absolutely, both sides getting a little riled up, and you can tell this is a matchup that means a lot for both teams, right? Both teams trying to solidify their standing in the AAC conference, trying to build some momentum as we heading towards the home stretch of the season. Reinhardt trying to battle back and find their way. Johnson looking to stay solid. A game with plenty of importance, and you can tell with the way that both teams are performing, the emotion that's involved in this game.
Well, a lot of times when you're an announcer, you know, Lorenzo, you know a lot of the rules. I'm not sure what the rule is on a player coming off the bench and getting involved in something physical like that. Coach Newton is telling the official they need to be ejected from the game. I don't know if he's right or not. That's certainly something that you probably can figure out at home if you're not occupied. You probably can figure that much more quickly than we can on the floor right now. I'm not sure what the rule is. And that's something we can easily pull up and review. And the officials are trying to figure that out right now.
I would believe at the very least it would be at least a suspension for the rest of this game. An ejection of sorts, but
we're gonna try and figure that out right here on the floor. And that's there's so many scenarios where that rule could be written in a different way if they come on to be in a physical altercation, if they come on the floor errantly, it's different. It's hard to say. Hang on a second. Okay, they've got a conclusion here, and the officials just passed that on to Newton. Okay, so it sounds like 20 and 21 have been disqualified from the game, is what I'm understanding.
Who's out? Okay, 20 and 21 out. They're disqualified.
There you hear it from the official. You can't see him from that angle, but he's right in front of us here. 20 and 21 have been ejected for Johnson University.
Who's on their team?
Morgan and Davis. And a technical foul on Isaiah Poore, the junior from Nashville, Tennessee.
What? Hey, say it to my face. What? Your referee over there is trying to be indirect with me. He's got shit to say to me.
tension still high on both sides.
And you can't see it, but the star player of Johnson is talking across the floor to the bench of Reinhardt. So Jones will go to the line, and his first is off the mark.
So oftentimes in basketball, we see after these kind of chippy situations with guys leaving the bench or a little bit of physicality going on, the refs tend to call the game a little bit tighter, trying to regain some control. So it'll be interesting to see if the refs are going to try to do that here or if they're going to try to let them still play and do what they do normally.
You know, I broadcast a lot of sports, Lorenzo, and it's been years since I've seen a punch thrown in a game. I did 120 broadcasts last year and didn't see a punch thrown in a game. It was a City League basketball game in Chattanooga, Tennessee last time I saw an actual punch thrown.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
It's such a rare thing. Of course, a game like this, two conference rivals, you know.
Absolutely. It's understandable that tensions are high, but you just can't. You have to keep it under control. This is college basketball.
I'm sure that's what both coaches are definitely going to preach to their teams, trying to keep their composure as they try to pick up a huge win.
James, the handoff to Jones. He wants three, and he did not cool down at all during the break. Draining one from long range for Reinhardt University.
That's Nate Jones' first three of the day, and a deep one at that. Nate Jones, one of the better shooters in this conference in both volume and accuracy.
Our third tie of the night at 21. Reinhardt swatting at Carbaugh. This is short and unable to regather this. The Royals turn it over to Reinhardt University.
It's fair to wonder if the events of that whole little skirmish may have lit a fire under the Eagles, giving them a little bit more motivation in this one.
Fan about the level of involvement from the crowd in this intimate setting. They're very involved right now.
Of course, but again, the crowd is a big reason why the Brown Athletic Center is a hard place to play.
James goes for the dunk. Carbaugh on the fast break wants to take it all the way and ladles it in as the whistle sounds. No bucket.
Man, what if Grayson James was going to be able to finish that one? We would have had a Sports Center top 10 highlight play right there.
Reinhardt back up the floor. Tate Owens, the true freshman from Canton, Georgia, out of Cherokee High School. Owens this season has only seen limited action. This is his 12th game he's played in. Alexander, backdoor pass, and he is packed inside. Another true freshman, a red elephant out of Gainesville High School, followed Alexander down inside, got hands on the ball. He's not able to finish, but he'll get the call.
And the chippiness remaining in this game, a good, hard, physical foul there from Reinhardt.
To break the tie and keep their lead. The first will go.
Of course, getting away from all the extracurriculars, Reinhardt kind of needs to figure out a way to consistently score in the half court against Johnson. It's been such a struggle for them to score against Johnson's set defense. Most of their points coming fast break opportunities. They're going to have to find a way. The Royals so good on this end of the floor.
Darian Reed, a couple of steps beyond the wing. Hands it off to Jones. Jones to James. He wants three from the corner and gets it to go. Electric.
James had a near miss on the dunk just a few possessions ago, but getting that three to fall. The energy shifter, shifting the energy here for the Eagles.
Here's one from the wing, and it clatters a big high bounce. That was our second lead change of the night. Reinhardt out in front by 2. Looking to extend that lead, James. Steps back, now Lewis. Lewis calling out to his teammates. Reed to make it 27. It's off the mark. Lewis, a second chance, and the old-fashioned three-point play.
Nice job by Nate Lewis, masquerading as a big man there again. Nate Lewis, one of the more versatile players in the conference, can put the ball on the deck, make plays, also a really good rebounder for the Eagles. Right there, skying for the rebound and getting the bucket and one.
Lorenzo, you nailed that. Masquerading as a big man. Senior from Apopka, Florida, 6'6", but only 200 pounds. Uses his body to get down inside and make the play. He's been great this year, 13 points per game. He's already up close to 100 rebounds. He's got 20 steals. And he gets the three-point play.
Just a guy that does it all for Coach Newton's squad.
Do-it-all guy is right. Good descriptor for him. We've nearly played 3 quarters of this first half in a 5-point game for Waleska. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson. From the far side, he buries the 3.
Big time 3 there for Bernie McGinnis. Huge shot to kind of quell the momentum that Reinhardt has been building.
A loud response for the man, the junior from Noblesville, Indiana, out of St. Theodore Gary Catholic High. Lewis tries for the layup. It's still a 2-point game. 25 points. The Royals could tie it or take the lead with a 3. Alexander gives it off. Woods, close side. Johnson drives. The man from Noblesville. This is still with Johnson. They get it. We're tied again. That's our 4th tie of the night. It's 27-27 in Waleska, Georgia. It's been tight. A timeout on the floor by the Royals of Johnson University, so we'll take a timeout as well. More basketball in just a few moments on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Back in Waleska, Georgia. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson, bringing you the Eagles of Reinhardt University and the Royals of Johnson University. And we've reached our 4th tie of the night already at 27.
It's been a back-and-forth affair. Both teams, neither one conceding an inch. And we even saw a little skirmish there, so we can tell that both sides definitely want to find a way to win this one.
High physicality between these two. Only 5 minutes left to play in this first half. And both teams very fired up. Back underway. Inbounding pass goes to the true freshman, Tayden Owens. Reinhardt's Jones. To Owens. Ball's loose. I'm not sure if Alexander touched that or not. He was trying to feed it to Russo on the back door. Jared Russo, a key piece, a newcomer to the squad. He was out for most of the first half of the season. Jones off the mark. Manuel Atkins couldn't quite chase that down. New face on the floor for Johnson is Atkins, a sophomore from Granger, Tennessee. (27-27). Johnson to take the lead, and they do. 30-27 Royals.
Guinness, another great look at a 3 and knocking it down. 2 huge long-range bombs in this one.
That's our 3rd lead change of the night. James, the floater kisses home off the glass. Royals up the floor. Long ball is off the mark. Jones gets the board. Reinhardt back to the offensive end. Entry pass to Russo. He's on the block. Turns around. The floater's off the mark. Boarded by Atkins. Jawan Moore, the junior, close side. Entry pass down low for the Royals. Back outside to Jawan Moore. He's defended by Jones. Floater to the elbow. Alexander turns around and lets it go over James. Russo gets the board. 3:20 to go in the first half.
We've seen Johnson have a lot less second chance opportunities ever since Malik Oates came up with his second foul. A team that is normally bigger than most of their opponents, forced to downsize without having that big man in the middle. As It's coincided with the Eagles finding a way to get back into this game.
Nate Lewis, you saw wearing number 12, just checked into the game for the leading scorer who will take a break. Brazen James, 3 for 5 tonight, 2 from long range, 1 rebound, 9 total points. Owens at the line to tie us for the 5th time at 30. The first goes. We're tied for the 5th time tonight. And they both go. That's our 4th lead change.
And with Oates having 2 fouls, it's forced the Royals to go with a lot more of Josh Alexander in this first half. You do have to wonder if fatigue will start to set in for him. He's had to play some extended minutes for Johnson.
Johnson up the floor. The Royals led by Poor. He goes to Moore out of West High School. Coming back across to the Nashville, Tennessee product, Isaiah Poor. He's defended by Darian Reed. Driving down low off the glass, and this goes. Our 5th lead change, and Johnson's back out in front by 1.
Tremendous job of navigating out of the pick and roll, finding a crease and getting the layup to go. A beautiful finish there.
Darian Reed. Some trouble. Adams gets rid of it. Fighting his way inside, Jones loses the ball. Johnson to cushion the lead. Fighting his way through traffic, and somehow Isaiah Poor gets it to drop.
That's 2 consecutive beautiful finishes inside by Poor. The first one out of the pick and roll, the next one out of a broken play. Good job there, and Johnson now with a 3-point lead.
Poor's already hit his per-game average of 7 points. The Royals with a 3-point lead, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Alexander outside. Royals, backdoor for 37. It rims out. Darian Reed to Adams. Adams quickly to Jones. He wants 3 and it goes. We're tied again at 34.
That's a huge swing there for Reinhardt. McGinnis had another clean look. The Royals could have went up 6 with that 3 ball. Instead, it doesn't fall, and Nate Jones able to knock down the 3 and bring the game back to a 34-34 tie.
If this gets any better, I'm going to need to save the game programs. This is a barn burner.
Absolutely, an instant classic here in Waleska.
Thanks for being with us, Southeast Sports Network. 70 seconds to go in the first half. Jones pulls up, heavily defended it, rims out on him. We remain tied at 34. Here come the Royals. Led up the floor by McGinnis, pushing the tempo. 55 seconds in the first half. In the corner with it, Isaiah Poor. Poor fights his way down inside, and the whistle. This will go back to Reinhardt University with 49 seconds.
And a nice stop by Jones, and right after he did it, he just shook his head at Poor and said, no, not today. Great job by Jones there defensively.
A lot of personnel changes happening here for Reinhardt and Johnson. Tucker Lowe, Russo, Lewis, Nakai Fisher, Reed on the floor for the Eagles. Moore, Alexander, Carbaugh, Woods all on the floor for the Johnson Royals. Jones drives, floated to Lowe, sidesteps the defender, the long 2, too much on it. And the putback goes for Nakai Fisher to break the tie.
Fisher was all alone down low to pick up that offensive rebound. The Eagles doing a nice job of spreading the floor, and a good job by Fisher to crash.
Back to Tucker Lowe. 20 seconds left in the first half. He's taking his time. Shot clock is off in Waleska. Nakai pulls up the 3, too much on it. The Royals now have 10 seconds to play with. You might have been able to hear Newton. He was furious.
Of course, I don't think he was happy that they went early on that one. I think he wanted them to kind of run the clock down a little bit.
Prater loses it, and time expires on the first half. What a dramatic finish to a dramatic first half of play between the Royals of Johnson University and the Eagles of Reinhardt. You don't get any more action in a half of basketball than that.
Of course, one of the better halves that I've seen Reinhardt play, just in terms of the back and forth nature of it. Johnson doing a good job in the half court in the early stages of the first half. Coach Newton going with a shrewd move, going with a bit of a smaller lineup, trying to get some plays in transition, run a little bit. And it worked for Reinhardt. It did a good job of getting them back in the game and making the game be played on their terms. We'll see if the Royals will be able to get back control in the second half.
Top 3 scorers for the Eagles, 9 points for James and Jones. Nate Jones, 3 for 8, 2 for 5 from long range, 4 rebounds. Nate Lewis, 3 for 7 from the floor, 7 points. He's got 5 rebounds as well. For the Royals, 3 with 7 points. It's Isaiah Poor, Taurus Woods, and Dallas Carbaugh. The most impressive stat line of any player, probably Taurus Woods, 3 for 8, 1 for 4 from long range, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. We'll take a break with these 2 programs and be back with more college basketball after the halftime window on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Welcome back. We're in the halftime window and a little bit of charity basketball happening while the college teams are in the locker room, duking it out and having some fun. We'll broadcast a couple of trips up the floor here for you. Oh, there's a 3 for 27. Can't bury it. Boarded by the player with no number on his jersey. Headed back. Oh, he wants a 3 of his own, and 52 keeps it in the baseline. No, maybe no, he didn't step over. I thought he did. He was waiting for the whistle. 55, bringing it over the half-court stripe to 6, just on the sideline. Turning, wants to fire for 3. He's got a rocket. 52, the putback. This won't go. Rattles all around and falls off the far side. 27 puts it home. A little kiss off the glass. He's got the double sleeves, rolls the leggings. It's a good look. Number 8 running the floor. A little between the legs. I can't even do that anymore. I'm getting old. Lofted backside, and it sails beyond the baseline. Love to see it. Lots of fun at the halftime window here. Reinhardt University, Johnson University taking advantage of some whiteboard time in a close game at the half. 36-34. Our third period is coming up. Reinhardt in the lead just barely against the Royals of Johnson University. And we're going to have all the action in that one here in just a couple of minutes when we come back. Don't go anywhere. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put
Eagles and Johnson Royals 42-39 in Waleska, Georgia, as the Royals make their way back onto the hardwood. Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson in what's becoming an instant classic between these two on the Southeast Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in. Nate Jones, a lot of jostling between Carbaugh and Lewis.
Ever since the first half, the game has been very chippy. Both teams kind of battling for position. Of course, this coming off of the heels of a little skirmish in the early stages of the first half, so an elevated sense of physicality here in this game.
And a lot of contact there as well between Carbaugh and Lewis.
A lot of contact indeed.
A senior from Apopka, Florida, gets the whistle this time. I can't believe how much contact that was, to be honest.
On the one that they didn't call, it seemed like it was a little more contact on that one than the one that was called a foul. So Nate Lewis, of course, continuing to stay with it and getting a well-earned chance at the line for 2 free throws.
42-40, Lewis. Gets that to go. Long feed to Carbaugh in a 1-point game. We've seen 8 lead changes already. Close side, driving his way towards the glass and off the mark as the whistle sounds.
That was a nice aggressive take by Taurus Woods, going straight to the line. And when you're a player of that caliber, you don't like to see players like that flop making calls, right? You want to see them take it strong to the rim, make a hard choice, a hard cut. Good job there by Taurus Woods, forcing the ref to call a foul with how aggressive he was.
Back to the offensive end of the floor go the Reinhardt University Eagles. Floated close side for Jones. He pulls up. And this goes.
That's just simply too much space for a guy like Nate Jones, a guy who is so deadly from beyond the arc. Just simply taking the sidestep and making the 3.
Johnson. Backdoor feed to Oates, who keeps it in along the baseline, fighting through Russo, and the whistle. He'll get the call.
That is the difference that Malik Oates makes. You saw there the guard just kind of throwing it up in the vicinity of Oates, just giving him a chance to go up and get it. He corralled and took one dribble and got positioning and finished inside for the bucket and the foul. Johnson is a different team with him on the floor.
Well, and he might get the lid off of the basket with that one. He averages 12 points a night, 12.6 to be specific. 56% from the floor, and he was scoreless until right there. Now he's got 3.
Struggled a little bit with foul trouble. Now he's back in the game. A new lease on life for Malik Oates, and he's a difference maker for the Royals.
Reinhardt to respond, and this is stolen. Beautiful steal by Prater. On the fast break, the Royals. He wants to go all the way, and he will. Cashing it in off the glass 4 minutes into the second half.
Prater making that highlight reel steal and going coast to coast.
And the response by Reinhardt University, it makes it a 1-point game.
Another deep 3 from Nate Jones. A sweet shooting stroke and getting the 3 to fall.
Nate Jones has 15 with that.
Hey, I'll take that same one now.
Throughout this game, it just seems like every time one team starts to get a little bit of an advantage, the other team comes right back with an answer.
Couple of changes for Reinhardt. Reed, Nakai Fisher, Jones, Owens onto the floor. Lewis stays on. Oates and Prater on the floor for Johnson. Carbaugh inbounding. Moore on the close side, and Woods takes the pass. He'll take it to the basket on a quick cut and makes it a 3-point game again.
And Coach Newton going with this smaller look. The difference, Malik Oates is on the floor this time for the Johnson Royals. It will be interesting to see what happens for the Eagles going with this group in the second half.
The true freshman from the elbow can't knock it down. Tried to regather the basketball, unable to do so. He's out of Cherokee High School, Canton, Georgia. Tate Owens on the play a moment ago. James on the floor. Lewis to the bench for a break.
Reinhardt going with a press look here. try to speed up the Royals.
Taurus Woods fighting through Jones. Owens gets a fingertip on it. Moore to the corner. Royals cut to the basket. Quick pass inside, and down on the low block, Woods gets the whistle.
That was a nice job there by Prater, getting the ball inside. So often we see guys find a crease and go up with a wild shot. Instead, he dumped it off to Taurus Woods and gave him a chance to go up with it. He didn't get the bucket to fall, but he drew the foul and a chance at free throws.
Woods is 73% at the line. Misses his first this time. He'll be happy to go to the stripe as many times as Reinhardt wants to send him there. Out of Boulevard, Tennessee, Jackson Central Mary High School. Second off the mark as well. He's 0 for on that trip. James across the floor to Owens. Reinhardt pushing the tempo. He'll slow it up. All the way back to the RU logo. Driving, knifing his way towards the basket, and this one escapes the hardwood as well. 14:43 to play on the day in a three-point game.
That was a real interesting drive there by Tatum Owens. He did good to find a little bit of space, but went with the behind-the-pack pass, throwing the turnover. Of course, Coach Newton not really enjoying that one. He inserted Tucker Low into the game.
Prater centered this up. Juwan Moore, defended by Tucker Low. Along the baseline, the pass to the corner. Isaiah Poor, turning like a top, too much pressure, he goes to Prater. Prater has it stolen away by James, but Woods will regather. Splits the difference, and he carried.
A tremendous defensive possession there by Reinhardt. Guys moving their feet along the perimeter. Good defense down low by Nate Lewis on Josh Alexander. Just a tremendous possession there by Reinhardt defensively. Can they capitalize on this end of the floor?
Nearly stripped away by Isaiah Poor. The pass to the corner. Reed outside. Jones fights his way inside the Euro step, and he's fouled on his way down low.
Tremendous move there by Jones to get into the paint.
Isaiah Poor gets hit with a whistle. Junior from Nashville, Tennessee. Jones could cut this to within 1. He's got 15. He's 1 for 2 at the line tonight. This is his first. Jones this season, 87% at the stripe.
This is a pretty large look we're going to see from the Johnson Royals. Right now, Alexander will slide down to the 4 as the 6'10 Oates comes back into the game. Reinhardt, of course, sticking with this smaller group. Johnson definitely with the size advantage.
Inside, Oates has it taken away by Lewis. Lewis to James. James is blocked at the basket. The foul for sure. And again, it's Isaiah Poor.
And I mean, just the audacity of a player to just try to dunk on a play like that in transition. Wasn't able to complete it. That's now 2 near misses that he had on 2 plays that would have surely been in consideration for SportsCenter top 10 at the end of the night. But James, again, the energy shifter. You could just feel the entire gym stand up on its feet when they saw him in the air.
James makes it a 1-point game. He can tie it. He's got 13. This is off the mark. It remains within 1, 50-49. The lead in the hands of the Royals. Audacity is the perfect word for what he just did on that trip up the floor. He took it inside. He said, "You can't stop me." Evans High School product is stopped on that trip, but we've seen him do that time and time again this year.
Gotta give them a lot of credit, the creativeness and the confidence to be able to try something like that. Just a tremendous play there.
7 minutes off the clock gone already in this second half of play. It's a 1-point game, 50-49 Royals. They've got the ball.
McGinnis back in the game. Hit a few threes for the Royals in that first half.
Juwan Moore around Jones to Oates. He's defended by Lewis. To the corner. Royals. Woods is cleared for takeoff easily to the basket.
Reinhardt having this smaller group, it's not just about pounding the ball inside with your bigs. It also kind of opens things up for guys like Taurus Woods, who are slashers. Without having a true rim protector on the floor, it becomes harder to keep them out the paint.
This is off the mark. Oates gives it off to Juwan Moore. He'll run the floor. Juwan Moore shaking it up. The cut inside and off the mark. Woods loses this. He regathers. Now the foul. Taurus Woods leading all scorers. 7 for 12 from the floor. 2 for 5 from range. He's got 17. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And a full timeout on the floor. Taken by the Royals of Johnson University. So we'll take a timeout as well. College basketball on the airwaves on the Southeast Sports Network. It's a close one, 52-49. The Royals lead the Eagles. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, home of Reinhardt University's Eagles. And what's shaping up to be an instant classic underway. Eagles trailing by 3, 7 minutes, 30 seconds into the second half of this one. The Johnson Royals not making life easy for Reinhardt today on the Southeast Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson, bringing you all of the action between these two programs. And Lorenzo, you're a full-time student here at Reinhardt University.
I am a full-time student currently working on my Master's in Fine Arts and Creative Writing. This is my first year in the program, hopefully able to graduate with a degree in 2025, so that's what I'm shooting for.
There's one from the corner, it's short. Boarded by Reinhardt, they're pushing the tempo. 12 minutes left to play. Tucker Lowe sends Jones inside, gives it to James. He's defended by Woods. Oates in between him and the basket, and he gets it to go off of the glass.
Nice job by James there, climbing Mount Oates. Going up with the big man and finishing inside.
A chance to tie it at the line for Brazen James. He's 76% at the stripe this season. This time he gets it. Our 7th tie of the night. Up the floor, Billingsley to McGinnis, who goes to the corner, inside to Oates. Oates is triple teamed for a moment.
That's what it's going to take against a big man like that. 6'10", biggest guy on the floor.
Looks like Woods took a couple extra steps.
You touched on it, the Eagles triple teaming Oates as soon as he touched the ball. And that type of team defense is what it's going to take when you are in a lineup giving up some size in the front court. You have to swarm around the ball and keep him away from the basket as a group.
We're tied at 52, our 7th tie of the night in Waleska, Georgia. college basketball on SESN. Here's the inbound. Lewis wants to go inside, and the foul. No, he took a step.
That's a part of what makes Oates so valuable to Johnson. Lewis, a very good driver and attacker of the basket. Oates kind of making him think twice a little bit, which led to the travel.
Turning around, Billings sends this to the corner. Driving and firing, and this one goes. Reinhardt gets the call.
Bang, bang play there. A nice job by Darian Reed to slide under. Get his feet set to draw the charge. The Eagles have really tightened up defensively after earlier in the second half. The Royals were finding their way to the paint at will.
Lewis inbounds to Lowe. Lowe will run the floor for Reinhardt University. Tucker Lowe. He wants to go all the way and loses this as Billingsley tracks it.
He was in the air. It seemed like he kind of just didn't have a plan for the ball when he was in the air. Eagles lucky to retain possession on that one.
Lewis shovels this to Lowe. Giving off to Nate Lewis. He steps back and lets the three fly. It's wide. The putback goes for Nate Jones.
Nice hustle play there by Jones. One of the shorter guys on the floor. And running to corral that miss from Lewis.
And another tie, our 8th.
That's not your fault.
I believe Oates down low, the big man being able to get downhill right in front of the rim. Now with 5 points in this second half, and just his mere presence has made Johnson a better team. The Eagles have been battling with this small lineup. It hasn't been easy for the Royals.
Oates has 6 points.
Be the trail, be the trail. Zeus.
And also breaks our 8th tie. Gives us our 10th lead change.
So now with Russo back in the game, the Eagles have been a little bit more effective going small in this game. Russo has not been able to match the level of effectiveness that he's had throughout these past few games that he's played for Reinhardt, now playing in his 8th game. 0 for 3, only 1 rebound, no points. Coach Newton, of course, want him to be a little bit more effective on the floor.
Reed gets this to go. We're tied again at 55. This goes as well. Reinhardt in front by just 1 in our 11th lead change. Carbaugh centered that up. Woods inside from the elbow. He's in danger. Didn't like it. Juwan Moore back to Woods. Off to Poor. He fires from the elbow. Short. Oates all the way to the back door, and Carbaugh.
Oh, yeah, yeah, oh, no.
Zone look here from the Eagles, trying to break the rhythm of the Johnson Royals.
56-55. Juwan Moore to the far side, along the wing. Woods for 3, it's short. He gets it back, Juwan Moore. To Woods, all the way back on the U of the RU logo. 12 on the shot clock. Moore to the far side, Isaiah Poor. Defended by Reed. Drives on him. Here's 1 for 3 from the wing, and it's short for Woods.
Come on.
Tucker Lowe gets the board.
Great defense there by the Eagles, and on multiple occasions, too, giving up a few offensive rebounds.
Jones took an extra step, so it remains 56-55. Reinhardt leads by just one against the Royals of Johnson University. Carball will inbound from right in front of us. Dallas Carball, the true freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, out of Farragut High School. Juwan Moore running the point. Isaiah Poor around Nakai Fisher to the far side from the wing. It's short. Poor has it and couldn't keep it on the floor. It goes back to Reinhardt University.
This unique look that Coach Newton is drawing up is doing its job. It's forcing the Johnson Royals away from the paint, making them shoot more jumpers. The Royals have had a few good looks, but not able to get them to fall. The Eagles still clinging to a 1-point lead.
Passing this all around now from the straightaway that goes for Darian Reed.
Very effective player off the bench for Reinhardt. One of the team's better shooters.
Reinhardt on a 5-0 run, a 4-point lead with 8:20 to play.
And it's been on this end that the Eagles have been able to change the narrative of this game, playing tremendous defense.
Woods from the corner, and it's just short. I thought he'd buried it. It came off the front of the iron and rolled off the floor. It remains a 4-point differential, 59-55 with 8 minutes left to go.
Taurus Woods, a guy who makes his fair share of threes, but in terms of accuracy, hovering at around 29%. So not the most accurate three-point shooter, very much so a volume guy from out there.
Second chance goes for the Johnson Royals as Isaiah Poor knocks it down. It's a 2-point game, 59-57 Reinhardt.
What a move.
For 62, Nakai Fisher buries it. Oh my goodness.
What a move by Nakai Fisher there, leaving the defender in the dust. Where are you going? And then knocking down the three from the wing.
A 30-second timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here as they take that break and take another look at that three. Here's a look at it for you folks at home. If you missed that the first time, passed it to the close side of the floor. Fisher steps back, takes his time, and absolutely buries that. Beautiful three by Nakai Fisher. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Little sidestep, leaving the defender in the dust. He's probably still wondering where Nakai Fisher went on that play. Freeing himself up and knocking down a huge three.
Love to see it. Great three. Reinhardt extends their lead. Johnson going to take advantage of this time, talk strategy, and come back to the floor with invigorated energy. 62-57, now it's 5 points between these two. The Royals will inbound to Moore. He goes back to Carball on the far side of the floor. Pushing it up against Tucker Lowe. Isaiah Poor on the wing, close side. Trouble down inside for the Royals as they try to regather. Alexander battling with Lewis for possession of the ball.
Nate Lewis is battling down there, giving up a few pounds going up against Alexander.
Go.
4-point game in Waleska, Georgia. 62-58, 7:20 left to play here on SCSN.
Official timeout, unsure what the verdict is on that whistle. Might have been a wet spot in the corner.
Three-point game, 62-59.
Good. Mark.
James puts us back underway as he puts it over to Tucker Lowe. Lowe's got 2 points tonight. Grayson James, 16 points, third for all scoring. Nakai Fisher gives it off to Lowe. To Lewis. Lewis is double teamed and turns around and drains it over Alexander.
A beautiful Kobe-esque fadeaway there from Nate Lewis. Nice turnaround jumper.
Averaging 13 points per game, 46% from the floor. This is Isaiah Poor.
Lewis doing a great job fronting Alexander in the post.
Poor off the glass, another chance for Carbaugh. This rattles all around. And the whistle.
And rebounding coming into this game, figured it would be an issue for the Eagles, and an issue it has been. The Johnson Royals with 30 rebounds to the Eagles 19. And that's consistent with what we've seen from these two teams. Johnson coming into the game third in the conference in rebounding, Reinhardt 12th. And that rebound margin has gone a long way towards keeping Johnson in the game, or else this would be a much different ball game if Reinhardt was able to even it out on the glass.
And that busts up what was a 9-4 run for the Eagles. James, who just fouled on the other end of the floor with the ball. 6:20 left to play. It's a 3-point game. 64-61. Lewis drives, knifes his way inside, shots off the mark. Carbaugh blows a tire. Close side from the wing, low, and it's just short. Poor. Yo-yoing the orange through traffic. Inside, Moore can't hit it. Score remains a 3-point game. James running the fast break. Up-tempo basketball in Waleska. Lowe wants another three, and this time he gets it to go.
And scrambles like that, the team that's able to come away with points, it often feels huge for momentum purposes. Right there, Tucker Lowe knocking down the three.
And a quick three of their own. Isaiah Poor, the junior from Nashville, gets one cashed in.
Huge answer from Poor, and Johnson hanging around, down by 3. The Eagles have been in the lead for most of this second half, but Johnson's been hot on their heels, making this one tough.
Lewis to Lowe. Lowe drives, stomping on the elbow, ball's loose, picked up by Carbaugh. Outlet pass up the floor. Woods knifes his way inside and gets it to go. Automatic, and just like that, only 1 point between these two with 5 minutes left to play in Waleska, Georgia. A timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. More college basketball in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. We're just talking about ChatGPT here on the floor. It's coming for all of us, so get ready, I guess. It's going to do this soon. There won't be a need to have announcers. It'll just do it for you. Did you see the PGA did that?
I didn't see that.
That was an abomination. Robot announcing. It wasn't even good. Like, it didn't get anything right. Dude had hit a hole-in-one. It's like, what a great hole-in-one. Like, just didn't care. Well, speaking of exciting, it's 67-66 here. We're pretty fired up about it. Appalachian Athletic Conference basketball. Reinhardt University Eagles playing host to Johnson. We're into the final stages of this between these two great programs.
Coach Newton's Eagles have found success playing with a bit of a smaller lineup. Of course, we've seen over the course of their past few games, Jared Russo has been so effective down low for Reinhardt. This game has not been as effective. 0 for 3 from the field, doesn't have any points, only 1 rebound. But the Eagles have found a way to be in the lead by playing more with Nate Lewis down low at the 5.
What a move by James, just couldn't finish it off. Isaiah Poor scrambling for the ball. Up the floor. Johnson centers this. Juwan Moore from the RU logo. Quick cut to the basket, and Carbaugh has it pulled away.
Beautiful rejection there by Nate Lewis.
Oh my goodness! Oh no! Nate Lewis smashes it into the twine. It's 69-66.
Making plays on both ends of the floor. Of course, Nate Lewis down low, playing a little bit out of position at the center spot, getting the rejection on one end, and then coming up with the poster on the other.
This goes Fisher getting a change. He'll come to the bench. Reed into the game.
And again, he's giving up some size down low. He's been really good for the Eagles in this one. 13.6 rebounds and that huge block.
(69-67) Reinhardt. 4 minutes left to play. Far side, Adams kept it moving to Jones. Oh, he hits the 3 over Oates. What a deep 3 over a 6'10" defender.
Absolutely. It speaks to the range of Nate Jones being able to shoot it over the outstretched arms.
Carbaugh, mid-range floater off the mark. Adams off the board, he'll run the floor himself.
Jones wanted Adams to pass it ahead, but Adams deciding to slow things down and calm the Eagles down a little bit.
The pull-up and the 3 has too much on it. Remains a 5-point game. 3 minutes left to play. Reinhardt pushing the tempo. Now Adams will slow down. You can probably hear Justin Newton asking him to do just that. Far side, Reed to James, back to him.
James likes the matchup here.
From the close side, Adams wants 3, a big high bounce. It stays on the floor. Now the Royals will work with the ball in a 5-point game. 2.5 left to play.
James had the matchup advantage with Oates on him, forcing the help, and a good look there for the Eagles.
Carbaugh pulls up from range. Air ball boarded by Jones. 2-on-2 scoring chance. And he takes a little bit of contact, loses his footing, but gets the whistle in the process.
Off the miss, Nate Jones pushing the pace in transition and drawing the foul. Coach Newton doing a really good job of pulling the strings for the Eagles. We heard him tell his team to slow things down a little bit. It seemed like the game was getting up and down, didn't want them to get out of control. And then right there instructing Nate Jones to push it, get it down the court. That leading to free throws.
That rattles out on Nate Jones. Jones tonight, 21 points, leads all scorers, 7 for 13 from the floor. Now 2 for 5 from the line. Timeout on the floor by Reinhardt's Eagles.
White 23, full timeout.
It's a full timeout. (72-67) in Waleska, Georgia. Brazen James, second leading scorer for Reinhardt University, 5 for 9 from the floor. 3 rebounds for him. He's got 16. Nate Lewis with 13 points. Reed trails them with 8. Taurus Woods leading all scorers for Johnson. 8 for 17. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 20 points. Isaiah Poore with 12. Dallas Carbaugh with 12. Malik Oates and McGinnis with 6.
Again, the Eagles finding success playing with this smaller lineup, giving up quite a bit of size to Johnson. That has been one of the biggest parts of their team, is just their size in the front court. But you got to give a lot of credit to Nate Lewis, Brazen James, Darian Reed. Also, Nakai Fisher gave Coach Newton some great minutes in the front court as well. And they're swarming. They're giving up some inches. They're giving up some size, but they're playing hard. They're making things very difficult for the Royals. The Eagles currently holding a 5-point lead because of it.
Nate Jones has stuffed the stat sheet. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. He's at the line now, 2 for 5 there tonight, 76% this season. First goes of his 2. 22 points, 3 for 6 at the line, 50% tonight. This is Moore. Inside, ball pops back out, it's loose. Finds its way over to Adams, who stops near the midcourt stripe and waits. Less than 2 to play in a 5-point game. 73-67 Reinhardt. James rotates inside, trying to feed it back door to Lewis, and the ball ends up loose. Juwan Moore to Carbaugh, pushing the tempo. From the corner for 3, it goes. The response by Johnson.
Unforced error there by Brazen James. The pass getting deflected, leading to a transition opportunity for Johnson, and they capitalize with a huge corner 3.
73-70. Reinhardt maintains possession. Reed down low to Lewis. Fighting his way inside and gets it. It's a 5-point game.
Who else but Nate Lewis making the play there off what could have been disastrous for the Eagles.
Malik Oates responds and keeps it 3. 70 seconds left to play.
That's just Oates using his size down low. He's had that advantage for most of the game. Has not been able to take advantage of it due to the swarming nature of Reinhardt's defense, but he was able to get a one-on-one look there.
And a push on Johnson. Royals number 11, Trey Prater, gets hit with a foul, and he's incredulous.
That's even more unfortunate for Johnson because the Eagles are in the double bonus, so it'll be 2 free throws for Reed.
55.9 seconds on the clock.
Coming into this game, if you would have said that Reinhardt would be getting out-rebounded by 12, the next question would be how much are they losing by? Instead, Reinhardt with the lead by 4 with a chance to stretch it out. And that's just a credit to, number 1, the way that they've shot the 3 ball, 12 to 28 so far, and then swarming defensively with 10 steals.
Those were big ones. It's a 5-point game with 50 seconds left to play. Juwan Moore up the floor, in trouble. Can't get the shot, and it's boarded by Jones. Adams taking care of the ball. Time winding quickly. And now the intentional foul.
And that was all about the great defense there by Nate Lewis. Staying vertical, going straight up, not bringing his arms down, contesting the shot at the rim. And again, Reinhardt, without a traditional center, still making do due to the fantastic play of Nate Lewis.
37.6 seconds on the clock. 5-point game. Jones at the line. He was 3 for 6. Gets this to go. He's now 4 for 7. 23 points tonight for Jones.
A little uncharacteristic of him to miss 3 free throws in one game.
Yeah, it is. He's been really excellent at the line this year. 79-72. Oates, he goes from the straightaway and rattles out. Reinhardt gets the board. James looking for a put-away bucket. James up the length of the floor, and he'll burn clock instead. Reed, 20 seconds. And the Royals, looks like they might just let this go. 12 seconds. Johnson University holds off 79-72.
A phenomenal win for Reinhardt, battling to take this one over the Johnson Royals. A lot of credit to Coach Newton and company to come away with the huge victory.
Well, a game that was chippy at times ends with Reinhardt celebrating on their home hardwood a 79-72 victory. They did so many things so well. Nate Jones, really the player of the game tonight, going 7 for 13 from the floor. 5 from 9 from range, 5 for 8 at the stripe, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 24 points for him. Great stuff out of Nate Jones. On the other side, Taurus Woods, 20 points, 12 for Orrin Carbaugh, 8 for Malik Oates. Following Jones of the Eagles, James with 16, Lewis with 15, 10 for Darian Reed. Any thoughts on the best performances you saw tonight? Who were your favorite performers in this game?
My favorite performers has to be the group of Brazen James, Nate Lewis, Darian Reed, and Nakai Fisher, all taking turns in the front court for Reinhardt, giving us some size against a rather large Johnson Royal front court. But they hung tough. Even though they got out rebounded, the Eagles made up for it with steals, execution offensively, and just swarming all over the place defensively at times. And they were able to come away with the victory because of the play of that group.
Gathered together at the center of the court for a final word. The two programs sharing a moment after a hard-fought game in Molesca, Georgia. For Reinhardt, for Johnson, Lorenzo Robinson, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Molesca, Georgia. The final score, a Reinhardt University Eagle victory, 79-72. This has been College Basketball. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the Apper platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's...
And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.